order for you to start making money from your Instagram account, it's essential that you understand three very basic marketing mindsets, and that is always offering value, don't hard sell, and email is king. Now, what do I mean by offering value? Well, your customer or your visitor needs some form of incentive in order for you to get money out of them eventually. So if someone wants to click on the link in your bio, what is their motivation? What is the incentive for them to click on that link and then visit your website? Every step in your funnel needs some form of motivation for them. So if someone's going to click on the link in your bio, what are you going to get out of them? What are they going to get out of you? So an example would be giving away a free ebook in exchange for their email address. So you could give away a fitness ebook, maybe a recipe guide or something like that, depending on what sort of niche you're in. And that would incentivize your follower or even a new visitor to click on the link in your bio and visit your website. Then once they're on your website, what is the incentive for them to give you that email address? Well, they see the incentive right in front of them, which is that free download, and they have to enter their email address in order to receive that download. Now, what you've got is their email address and they've got a free guide. So in their mind, there's an equal value exchange there. Even though technically they're getting something for free, you're getting something that is very valuable, which is that email address, which you can sell to them in the future. Now, the key mindset here is to give everything and expect nothing. If you're always offering value and expecting something in exchange, you might not ever get anything back because you're constantly seeming as though you're selling something to that customer. And that takes us on to the next step or the next mindset, which is don't hard sell. If a new visitor visits your profile and you're selling something directly off the bat in your bio or on your Instagram pictures, they're not going to follow you, they're not going to engage with you, and they're not going to buy from you because you haven't built up a relationship, you haven't built up rapport with that customer yet. So there's no reason for them to give you their money. They've got nothing from you yet, they have no idea who you are, what you're about, so selling to them is going to be very difficult. So the goal here is to not sell directly from Instagram because email is 10 times easier to sell through. It's proven time and time again that building up rapport through an email sequence is so much easier because you have long form media. Your customer can read about you, you can send them updates, you can send them updates daily, 3 times a day. And that way they're able to build a relationship much easier than that second that they see the post for on Instagram. It is possible to sell through Instagram with a newly clickable shopping posts, but I still recommend email. You might get some sales through Instagram, but that's not going to become a lifetime customer. Once you've got that person's email, you've got a direct line to that person. So you can sell to them over and over and over again. You're giving them discounts. You could send them future promotions. When you launch a new product, you can sell it to the same customer again. And by doing that, every single time you engage or connect with that customer, there's a chance that they're going to buy from you again in the future. It's proven that it takes at least 7 touches with a customer in order for them to buy from you. So with one view of an Instagram post, no one's going to buy from you. With email, it takes 7 emails. You touch base with them 7 times at least over the period of that customer's lifetime. Then you can sell to them through that. And once they've bought from you once, they're more likely to buy from you again. By getting their email, you've got them for life. And then just as I've been speaking about, email is king. It's far easier to convert someone through an email sequence because of that rapport that you build. You can build a relationship with that customer. And because they've trusted you by giving you their email address, they've trusted you with that direct line of contact to them, they're more likely to trust you with their money because you've built up this sort of value exchange already. They've already got something from you. They've got that free download. They've got a discount from you. They've got a coupon from you, whatever it is that your lead magnet is, or the incentive for them to give you that email. They've trusted you with that very, very private piece of information that they've given you, which is their email address. So they're likely to then trust you with their money and buy from you in the future. Just remember that email is very, very easy to sell over compared to these social media platforms. Right guys, so on the screen right now you'll see the master funnel. Now this might ring a bell and you might remember from earlier in the course when we spoke about funnels. This is an upgrade on that first funnel that we spoke about. So as you can see, it's got the same inputs as before. It's got the likes, the comments and the followers, which creates a notification on that person's page, which leads to them visiting your profile, interacting with your content, and finally following you. But we've got two additional steps to this funnel, and that is CTA 1 and CTA 2, or call to action 1 and 2. And essentially, these are two additional call to actions after someone becomes your follower. It's the first step in the process before someone becomes an actual customer of yours and you get an outcome, which is obviously money or somebody purchasing from you. So call to action 1 is getting that customer or that follower to visit your website. Now we can do that through our Instagram account. And once that person's on your website, once that follower's on your website, we want to convert that visitor into an email subscriber and start building our email list. As I spoke about before, email is still the highest converting way of marketing. It's better than Instagram, it's better than anything else, purely because you have that customer's trust. They've trusted you with their email address. Now it's time for you to sell to them. The great thing about having an email list as well is that it's yours. You own that email list. Once someone gives you that email, it's yours for life, and you're able to constantly sell to that person over and over again. Whereas something could happen to Instagram, anything could happen to Instagram. You're putting your reliance on a specific platform, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever it is. You're relying on that platform and you're relying on the followers on that platform. However, once you convert them into an email subscriber, they become yours and you can sell to them over and over and over again. So in the next few videos, I'll be showing you how you can use these call to actions to eventually set this up for your own account and start converting into those email subscribers. Now we're going to be talking about the first call to action, which is getting followers to your website. Now I want you to remember, even though this is call to action 1, this is the 5th step in our funnel. So the faster and the easier you can get that person to the step in your funnel, the more they'll convert in the end of your funnel, the less people you'll have dropping off, and ultimately the more money you'll make at the end of this. So we want to keep our funnel as clean and as simple as possible, so that we can get the majority and the highest return on our investment of time. Remember, this is a long-term strategy here. In the end, we don't want someone to immediately buy from us as soon as they click on our website. We're getting them into that sequence, and then eventually we'll sell to them in the end of the funnel. So firstly, to get followers to your website, we need them to click the link in our Instagram bio. So how do we get someone to visit our profile and click the link in our bio once they're a follower? Well, we need to give them some form of motivation. We need to give them an incentive. If you can remember earlier on when we spoke about offering value, you need to give something to your customer that is valuable. Now, what is valuable to your followers, and what can you afford to give away that they want? Remember, you don't want to just give away constantly that you go broke and you have no money left and you can't really run a business. That is not our ultimate goal here. Our ultimate goal is to give something away that you can afford to give away and that your customer feels valuable and that they're getting something out of this. The pros must outweigh the cons for your follower. So if that person is going to be clicking on the link in your Instagram bio, there has to be a reason for them to click that link. They're not going to just simply visit your profile and click the link if you ask them to. Say, please visit this link. Why? Why should I do that? That is the thought that is going to go through your follower's mind. So it's essential that we start working on something known as a lead magnet. Now, if you've never heard of a lead magnet before, essentially it's just a giveaway or a freebie or something that you can offer to your follower in exchange for something from them. Now, I think we've spoken about this before, but there are multiple different lead magnets that you can give to your fan. They might not even be listed here. These are just some very popular examples of lead magnets that people use all the time. So firstly, we're going to talk about a downloadable guide or a checklist. So this could be something that you offer for free. It's a guide that you've written. It could be something that you've put together online from multiple different blog posts and you've put together yourself, and then you can offer that in one digestible piece of content for your followers. Maybe it could be something like a makeup routine or even a recipe. If someone is looking for a specific, say, vegan recipe and they can't find it online, you could offer that specifically for free in your Instagram bio, and that would give your fan an incentive to click on that link in your bio and then download that free guide. Next, you could offer a discount or a coupon code. Like I said before, you could give someone a coupon. You could give them a $50 gift card or a $25 gift card or even a $5 gift card for visiting the link in your bio, or you could give them a percentage off. So say you have a new product for sale, you could get them to click on the link in your bio, and then in turn they would get emailed a coupon code or a discount code that then they could use in future on your website to purchase products from you in the future. Now again, if you're not selling anything just yet, this wouldn't work, so a downloadable checklist would make more sense here. And finally, you can offer free content. This is incredibly powerful. I can't stress enough how powerful free content is. People want to see and learn from you as much as they can. So if you have free video content that you've created, technically it's free, but they are paying for it in the form of their email address because they need to provide that to you in order to get that content. Video and audio content works best. Images never ever work. That it just makes no sense. I could just get images for free. What photos would I really want to see that I couldn't get for free online? But with video content, if you have knowledge to share, if you have information to share, people are willing to pay for that, even if that's just in the form of their email address. The same goes for audio. You could create short podcasts, possibly just snippets of audio, providing some form of information. Video is honestly the best because you could do something like, if you have a makeup brand, you could do makeup tutorials or makeup videos or showing your customers how to use the makeup products. These are all the types of content that you can create in the form of video. But finally, I want to make sure that is something that you remember that is incredibly important, and that is that you solve only one need at a time for your follower. Don't offer video content with a downloadable checklist and a coupon code. There's too many things going on there. It'll confuse your customer. We need to keep this as simple as possible. We want this as simple as we can to make sure that our customer doesn't get distracted or lost along the way. Like I said, we're keeping our funnel frictionless and seamless so that people can flow through it without getting lost along the way. The easier it is for our customer to progress through our funnel, that is from following to clicking the call to action to then becoming an email subscriber, the more likely they are to buy from you in the future. Just keep the process as simple as you possibly can. Created our lead magnet and we know how to get our Instagram followers to our website. It's time to convert those followers into actual email subscribers. You already have what the visitor wants, and by that I mean you already have this lead magnet. You have something that is valuable to your follower that they want to click on, that they want in their pockets in exchange for that email address. So what do we have to do for that? Well, we have to create a landing page or a squeeze page. Now, a squeeze page, essentially all it is a landing page where someone visits that link and there's one action on the page for them to perform. This is different to sending someone to the homepage of your website where there's multiple things they can click on, there's multiple things they can do, and it can get very confusing very quickly. If you have a follower and they visit the homepage of your website and they see multiple tabs, they see a home, about us, contact us, there's some articles on the site, it's very confusing. There's no clear call to action for your customer. Whereas if you have a landing page or a squeeze page, there's only one action to be performed on this page. For example, as you can see here, there's a very, very simple squeeze page or landing page, which is how to sell 100 books a day. And it's a free guide or a free report. And it's how to do that on Amazon. You can see that there's only one action to perform here, and that is enter a valid email, and you will get access to that guide. Now, this is a very good example of a landing page. They're not even asking for your name. They're not asking for anything else. They just want that email address. The less steps in this form as well, the more likely your customer is to convert by just entering in that email address. In exchange for that, obviously, they're going to get a download link to download this and read this guide in their own time. Now, the great thing about this is that it's very, very simple to set up a landing page. If you have a website already, you could just create a separate page on that website as a landing page and direct your followers to that link. But if you don't, I would recommend that you set up a landing page using one of the landing page services mentioned or linked in the resource section of this lesson. I'll link a few down below, as well as an email service that I recommend for you to use. It is one of the best because it gets the highest open rates and the least bounce rates. Often what happens is if a lot of people are using one email service and some of them get marked as spam because anyone can sign up with that email service, they get very high spam rates, so your email might not even reach your customer's inbox. So I've linked a few good resources below in this lecture. Use them in your own time. I recommend setting up a squeeze page now if you have the time to do so and you've worked on your lead magnet and you know what you're going to be giving away. I recommend just signing up with that and setting up your first squeeze page.